So in this video, we're gonna unbox and test out the DEERC D65. Has a 2-axis gimbal, less than 249 grams. It does have GPS and brushless motors. It does come in a very nice bag for the drone. You have a nice big pocket in the front. You have some mesh netting on the sides, a nice grab handle, a shoulder strap. Let's unzip this. So this is everything that you find in your little bag. You get your little battery booklet. It tells you your do's and don'ts of the battery. You get a booklet on disclaimers and safety guidelines. We have the quick start guide. It just tells you the basics of getting started. And if you really need to know the technical stuff, here is the user manual to help you out. We do get a full set of spare propellers, and then you also get the screws for those propellers, and then you get the screwdriver to attach the propellers, and then we get a USB charging cable. You get one spare stick. Here is your sticks in the controller in their little storage slots. Now here is the battery. USB-C goes in on that side. The battery is a 7.7 volt, 1820 milliamp hour lithium battery. Here we have the controller. The controller, it does feel good. It has a little bit of weight to it. Let's turn it on. So on the controller, you see a lot of telemetry here. It shows what speed you're in. There's camera, normal, and sport. It shows the drone battery life, the GPS signal strength. We have the transmitter battery strength, the transmitter signal strength. And then down here on the bottom, it shows our distance, our height, our horizontal speed, and then our vertical speed. I'll go over the buttons later on when I take this out for a flight. And then on the top, we have our phone clip. Slides right into these little rubber grooves here, and then it's spring loaded and it clamps down on your phone. This is a Wi-Fi drone, so there's no data cables that connect from the controller to your phone, which being a Wi-Fi drone, that will affect your range. We'll have to see how far the range actually is. And this does have a built-in battery, and on the bottom is the USB-C charging port. And now to the drone. So it is a foldable drone. So let's unfold it. It is very light. On the bottom right there is the optical flow sensor. So that will help you maintain position if GPS signal is weak. Let's take the camera cover off. And then don't forget to take this styrofoam piece out. And then it does come with the protective film over the camera. So this is a 2-axis gimbal, and this does have EIS, and that stands for electronic image stabilization, which will also assist in keeping that image stabilized. We need to take these off. The battery goes in like this. Push it until it clips. To remove it, you push the release and pull it out. So let's turn the drone on. So there's a little bit about the D65 from DEERC, and now we're going to charge the battery up, download the app, and then we're going to test out everything we can test out with this drone.
Well, I got the battery charged up, and now we're going to fly the D65, see how good the features are on it, see how easy it is to control, and we're also going to check out the range on it. First thing we got to do is we got to get our transmitter set up. So we got to pull our sticks out of the little storage slots and then just twist them right in like that. We have to put the SD card in first before we put the battery in. So contacts go down. And then after you have the SD card in, then that's when we push the battery in till it clips in there. Maybe give it a tug so you make sure it doesn't fall out or lose connection. It might not be in there all the way. And then you lose power and just drop out of the sky. And we have to take this cover off. Also the foam. And then here is our phone clip. Just put our phone in right like so. Clips right in there. We have our power button here. We also have our return to home. And then here we have our auto takeoff, auto land. Here is our speed switch. There's 3 different speeds. This is our camera. We can select photo or video. If you hit it one time, short press, it will take a picture. If you want to take a video, all you have to do is hold that into a long press, and then it'll switch to video mode and it'll start recording. Up here we have our dials. This is for our camera angle, and then this is to zoom in and out. So let's go ahead and turn the controller on. It's a short press and then a long. And then we're gonna long press to turn the drone on. It's beeping because the controller is looking for the drone. Now I have the drone on. And we have to wait until we get enough satellites to take off in GPS mode. While we're waiting for that, we need to connect to the Wi-Fi. So we go into the Wi-Fi. There is DRC FPV. So we just select it. There's no password or anything. Once it connects, there we go, we're connected. And I have the DRC GPS app right here. So let's go into it. We go into controls and we should get an image to come up on the screen. Sometimes it takes a few seconds and it looks, oh, there we go. It's saying geomagnetic interference. So first thing I want to do is I want to format the SD card. So right there's a little SD card icon and then this note will pop up. So just hit confirm. And then right here at this camera icon, that's where you can select photo or video or even a time lapse. This is for your albums. That's where you can see your photos. There's for the videos. And this is stuff that's saved in your phone. This is not saved on the SD card. And then we have the microphone. The microphone is supposed to let you able to talk while you're flying and recording. And then it records it to the video that you just recorded, but not to the video on the SD card, just the video that is saved to your phone. Over here we have auto takeoff, auto land. Here is return to home, and then here is our modes. We have VR mode, which it gives you a dual image there for VR goggles. Then we have the vertical. The vertical mode, like, I don't understand why they have to turn the whole image sideways, because it makes it hard to fly then, and you almost have to fly with your controller sideways so you can see right side up then. Here is our filters. You have all kinds of different filters that you can pick. And then this one here, I'm not sure why they even put this on the app, but you can toggle the zoom and zoom in. But as you see, when you zoom in, it gets real grainy. And the reason why I don't know why they do that is because right here is your zoom. And if you go all the way, now that's as fast as it'll zoom in. And then that's all the way. That there's no variable zooming. Like, you can't zoom in at different rates. It's all one speed. While we're talking about dials, this is your camera angle. And that's where you can angle the camera. And that is variable. Like, you can control the speed, although it does seem a little touchy. Like, you could make it go faster than you want very easily. So let's do what we have to do to get in the air. And the first thing we have to do is calibrate the compass. So to calibrate the compass, we just take the sticks in and up. So we have to take it and spin it around horizontally until we hear a beep. There's our beep. Now we have to hold it vertically, spin it around. There we go. We get 2 beeps for that. Now we are calibrated. Now, after we calibrate the compass, we can calibrate the gyro. So that is both sticks down and to the left, and it's flashing red, then it goes green. So now we're ready to take off, and to take off through the controller, through auto takeoff, auto land, is we go sticks down and out, and that unlocks the motors. And then we can hit this button here, and it takes us up. And then to land, you can hit that, it'll come down and auto land. When you hit auto land, that doesn't mean it's gonna come home. It's gonna land where you hit that button. And then the other way to take off is through the app. We just select this icon, it's the auto takeoff, auto land icon, and then we have to swipe right to unlock the motors. And now they started, and then we hit takeoff on the screen there, and it takes off. And then to land, you hold that, and then you swipe right to land. Let's take off. Let's check out the speeds, because there's 3 of them. And the first speed is called camera mode. So that's your slowest speed. Let's hit the speed switch. You hear 2 beeps. Now we get a little more speed. I see a little more pitch out of the drone. And let's do the third. You hear the 3 beeps. Now this is sport mode. So the thing with sport mode, I wish that they would increase the yaw. So if you're flying faster, you want to be able to turn faster. We're already in picture mode, so we're just going to hit that button, and well, it says receiving, so it is taking the picture. It takes a little bit to process, but now it says picture complete. And then let's go into here and we'll hit video and let's fly around. Let's take a short little video. The drone is acting quite funny right now. Oh, it says distance limit reached. That's probably what it was. I know what I didn't do. I didn't take it out of beginner mode, so it was only limiting me to a certain distance. So it was not an issue with the drone. Let's bring it down and land it. There you have a perfect example of what beginner mode is. And beginner mode only lets you go so high and so far away. So to get out of beginner mode, you have to go into this little gear icon in the top corner there, and it says parameters. We have beginner mode selected, so we have to deselect it. Now, even deselecting it doesn't change anything. You have to change it yourself. So let's go to the max. We'll do a max distance of 3,280 feet, which I doubt we'll get that far until we drop transmission signal. Let's go to the max height of 393 feet. And then the return altitude, we don't need to return at 65 feet, but we also don't need to return at the max, which is also 393 feet. Let's just return at like 100 feet. We have to hit save. If you back out of this without hitting save, it will put you right back into beginner mode because that's the last saved parameter that you have in there. But here we have track, and that tracks all your different flights. It has all your flight records. Here we have where we can select imperial and metric. Also show the route, display notifications. You get voice commands, and then these are your auxiliary lines that you can have put on the screen if you want help with lining up your shots. And then this channel option here is to change channels if you're experiencing some kind of lag in transmission, or if you want to improve the picture transmission quality. There's 8 different channels that's listed, and now we're ready to actually fly and test out the range because now we're out of beginner mode. Let's see if it acts a little bit better. Let's take a flight up here. We'll go up to this farm field. See how far up into the farm field we can get. We're about 100 feet high right now and 350 feet. Still no drop in signal, no choppiness, no sign of signal loss yet. Oh, there it's getting choppy. Just as I said it, I'm about 500, 600 feet away. And now we're experiencing some choppiness. $650 feet. $700 feet. Uh-oh. There, it's starting to lag. Let's see how much further I can get. I have a feeling that it's going to freeze up on me real soon. So, wow, I'm 900 feet away. That's not too bad. Uh-oh. There. It's getting choppy again. We have to go up a little higher. We're gonna go right into those trees because, okay, well, we lost GPS mode on the top here. So I think we lost transmission with the drone. Now the drone will not come back when you lose transmission. It's still connected to the controller. So you have to hit return to home, but we're not gonna hit return to home. I'm gonna turn the controller off and see if you lose signal with the controller, if it'll come back. So power it off, and we're not gonna be able to see it come back on the screen because again, we lost Wi-Fi connection, but let's see if this drone comes back and how close it gets to our landing pad. I hear it. There it is. It's right there. You might not be able to see it. coming right above us. Again, look at the screen. The screen is still showing what the last image was on when it lost signal. So we're gonna have to reconnect the Wi-Fi again before we take off to go through the rest of the flight modes. But yeah, here it comes, coming right down. That's good to know. You drop signal on the controller or your controller dies, your drone's gonna come back. Didn't hit the mark, but it came back close enough. So let's take off and then we are gonna go through the flight modes. First mode we're gonna go into is follow mode, which is not GPS follow mode. So let's start that. We have to draw a box around me. And it will yaw just to keep me in the picture, but well, it lost me. So let's draw a box around me again. Let's come over here. There we go. It's spinning. You do have to control the camera angle. It doesn't automatically like tilt up or down, because watch, I'm gonna come under the drone and yep, it loses me. So you have to keep yourself in the picture. So next mode is GPS follow mode. And for this, you have to be 15 meters high, at least, at a minimum. And there we go, which is around 49 feet. We're at 51, so we should be good to go. So it has me, there I am. So now it's in follow me mode and it follows the GPS signal of the phone. So it'll follow whichever way I go. Let's go this way. As you can see, I'm not controlling it. It's just following me. It's actually following the phone is what it's doing. See, it keeps losing me. You almost have to have it like right above you for it to stay. See, it just jumps right back into GPS mode. If your phone has poor GPS signal, which that could be the case as well, it will not stick with you. So while we're up at 50 feet, let's go into circle mode or point of interest. Yeah, circle fly it's called. We'll put it directly above me. Have to tilt the camera down. We'll put it directly above me. So that's pretty much above me right there. So we'll go into circle fly, select it. You can do a radius of 16 feet all the way up to 98 feet. Well, we're not gonna do 98 feet because we might hit those trees. Let's do like a 50-foot circle. So we'll swipe to start and it will automatically back up. There it is. It's backing up. Now I have to, there we go. You do have to toggle the camera. So there is circle fly and well, it's not keeping me perfectly in the center. This is the only speed that you can do. If I turn it the other way, watch. It automatically adjusts and goes back to keep your point of interest the point of interest. Gesture mode, for a picture, we hit this, slide to recognize, and come on, it's not, there we go. So to do that, we just hold 2 fingers up and then you get the countdown on the screen to take a picture. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now let's go into this gesture mode. It's the hand, and that is to start a video and stop a video. So to start it, you put your hand up, you feel your controller vibrate, and it's recording video right now. And then to stop, all you do is put your hand up again and wait. This worked the other time. Put your hand up. There, it finally recognized it to stop recording. So the last thing I want to show you is the tap fly. So it's right here. It's this little zigzag line thing here. Let's see how many points we get. Let's fly up there. Actually, we can zoom in so we can get it a little more accurate. Let's go over to that side, then we'll go to that side. We'll come back here. Let's go over there. So we have at least 4. Let's go up there. 6. Oh my gosh, how many points do we have? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think you can just keep going. So I'm not gonna, but let's hit go. So you hit go, swipe. Oh, I'm not high enough. So I have to be 15 meters or 49 feet. So let's go higher. And there we go. Now it's flying. There it goes. It's going to the first point. Obviously, I'm not going to make it go to all 14 points because that's going to take a long time. But I just wanted to see how many points you can do, because some apps, they only let you do like 4. Nope, now we're flying over to number 2. You see it right there. Almost there. You can see in the bottom corner. Let's see if we can bring that. Yeah, we can bring that up on the screen. And we got to number 2. So now it's turning. Now it's going to come to number 3. So let's go back into there. Look at all those dots. There's 3. Oh, it's turning. Oh, it's going to 4. 4 is way over there on the other side. So it's flying over there. All right, let's get out of that because we don't need to watch it go to all 14 points. But good to know you have that many options. So, okay, we're out of it. And now let's just go back into this screen. And I'm going to hit the record button. And just going to fly around. Let's go into video, hit the record. And then we're just going to fly around and take this down because we're getting low in battery. But I want to record so I can see how smooth the gimbal is and how clear that picture is. So I'm in low battery, so I wonder how long I can fly around until it decides to just come right back home. It should come back home once it gets down to a certain level. So it's not letting me fly away. As soon as I start flying away, it stops itself. You see that? It has to be because of the low battery. See, I'm flying further away. And there. Oh, now we're getting a beep. It's going up by itself and should land home right over there. Yep, there we go. So once you get to a certain battery level, it will automatically return home. Good to know. You can see it's spinning around in the right direction and a little further off. We'll call that about 5 feet. So there's the DEERC D65, and well, it's an okay drone. I've seen this come in at around $149. I mean, you have the GPS capabilities, you just don't have the range. So the range will keep you limited. It flies all right, it's not the fastest. You get a great battery life out of it. The flight modes, well, GPS follow is a little glitchy, but it also depends how good your GPS signal is on your phone. But the gimbal and the EIS seem to work pretty good. If you're interested in this drone, I'll leave a link to this down below in the description. But before you go, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I hope you join me on the next video.